Well, hello everyone. Meet Tina here. How's everyone's doing? So anyway, first of all, I would like to say thank you everyone who has followed my channel, who have subscribed, click like and share my videos. And for those who are very new to this channel, please subscribe, click like, or just simply and share this video if you felt resonated with Dr. Elena Gabor. Dr. Elena Gabor is back again. She's going to be sharing about the channeling process through her clients and her students. But quickly, Dr. Elena Gabor is a medical hypnotherapist. She's a world-renowned hypnosis instructor. She traveled all across the ocean, around the world. Right now, she's in Romania, but she teaches so many students, including doctors, psychologists, all over the world. She has written books. Anyway, one of her books is Home at the Tree of Life. I'm going to be showing you real quick on her website and also the book that she has, so you kind of get familiar. I will have the link. Well, this is her website. Okay, so Dr. Gabor, drgabor.com. When you get to this website, just take a look at this link. Click this link here. I'm just going to show you quickly about her program in medical hypnotherapy course that she's offering right now. You guys should know about it because this is quite fascinating. So if you want to become a certified hypnotherapist, or you just wanted to have some experience and understand more about hypnosis, and you can use that on yourself or your families and friends, this would be amazing. Now I'm going to show you all these testimonials that she has. It's endless list of people. All right, this is not just a few people, and you'll see that people from across the whole world are writing all these testimonials to her. And you can see that some of them are doctors, there are psychiatrists, psychologists, and check this out. I mean, they're just not like regular people. And all these people have said highly about Dr. Gabor here. Now, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. She has some program coming up now this year. One in August, right, Dr. Gabor?
Yes, it's the same program. It's 12-weekend certification program, and those are the weekends. It starts in August and ends in October, at the beginning of October. And it's a certification program in hypnotherapy, medical hypnotherapy, and spiritual hypnotherapy in past life regression and life beyond life's regression.
Wow. And you're going to get certificates, and your certificate, it's not just one certificate as a hypnotherapist. I understand you have option 2 that you can take from home. All right. So right now it's going to be through Zoom from home. But at the graduation, this is what you're going to be awarded for. All these certificates you're going to get just for, traditional certificate for hypnotherapists as a certified hypnotist. You got a certificate for medical hypnosis practitioner and past life regression practitioner, as well as life beyond life regression practitioner, and also certified guided meditation practitioner. All right, guys. So these are quite amazing program that she's offering. And check this out. This is some of the workshop that she has done, many of them. Quite a few people there, and you can see that she's on stage conducting workshop and classes live in person. But right now, because she's offering all this workshop across the ocean, across the world, and if you want to attend, you can do so through Zoom. Her program is quite affordable, actually. A lot of hypnosis school will cost you over $10,000, which I went to before. I can, vouch for that. But with her program, it's only $2,500, right, Dr. Gabor?
Yes, I discounted the program so that everyone could afford it.
Yeah, so this is quite inexpensive for education that you're going to receive, and she's extremely talented and very good. Now look at her book here, Home at the Tree of Life. It's on Amazon right now. If you want to grab a copy here, I'm going to post the link under this YouTube, so this is going to be easy for you. Just click the link. You can read about her book first before you decide to take a class from her if you feel like it. But just listen to what she's going to be sharing with all this. I have interviewed her before. you know, and she's always going to come back and share her experiences of her clients and all these experiences that her clients have. So today we're going to continue to talk, you know, from the last video about channeling process. This is last time, Elena, we talked about how the source, extended source, come back to reincarnate here, right? And it has to be particular time that's needed to assist the world. Is that what it is?
Yes. There are clients who go so deep in hypnosis that they're able to connect with their spiritual guides, with the spiritual masters, which are the spiritual guides of the spirit guides, right? So the teachers of the teachers. And these people that connect so deeply, that channel the information from the spiritual guides without being present consciously at the conversation, they are called pure channels or unconscious channels, in the sense that they cannot remember anything that was discussed in the session. And as we talked in the last interview, just a small percentage of people seem to have that ability or have uncovered their ability. I'm sure there are way more people that have this ability, but they have never done any hypnosis session, or it was never revealed to them that they can do this. I remember now that I'm talking about this, I remember a client of mine from Los Angeles that told me, he was a university professor, and told me that he went to meditate somewhere in Malibu. And he went in the morning. He wanted to start his day with meditation. And then he didn't recall much of what happened during meditation. And when he came back, it was evening. He
Wow.
was so shocked that it passed so much time. He didn't even realize. That's another sign that you may be having such abilities. A similar case, another client of mine who became a student of mine. Well, many of my former clients were so fascinated with the work that they wanted to practice this as well and became my students. And I remember she described to me a situation in which she was with her boyfriend. They were in the room. It was morning. She went to the desk to work on the computer, and she started to work, and she lost track of time. And when she turned around, her boyfriend was in his pajamas all over again. And she asked, why did you put your pajamas on again? And he said, because it's night, it's evening. She couldn't believe it. She could not realize it's not possible. We just woke up. No, you stayed there the entire day in front of the. So it happens to certain people. She does definitely have the ability of channeling that specific client.
But the thing she doesn't remember, right?
Yeah, they detach. The conscious detaches from the subconscious mind in pure channeling, just like in those cases that I described in the book, the case of my main character, Mia. She goes in hypnosis at the beginning because she had many health challenges such as depression, anxiety, sleep disorder, chronic fatigue, overwhelming stress, and so many other things such as being in a toxic relationship and so on. When I guided her to the sources of her challenges, she was there exploring her past lives where everything started. So at the end of the session, she could remember at least parts of those past lives, maybe not all the details she experienced, but she could remember the past lives that she explored. But once I guided her back to the ultimate reality in that heaven described by religion, and that part she remembers as well, the journey, what she perceives, the amazing views, the amazing feelings, all that she perceives, she remembers. But then when she connects with the spiritual masters and the spiritual masters start talking, offering information, when I ask questions, she's not present at the conversation anymore. She cannot remember anything that is said in that part of the session. I had other clients as well that experienced this. For example, I had a client who had difficulty getting in hypnosis at the beginning, accessing any. He heard me on Coast to Coast on an interview and wanted to experience past life regression because he felt it was such a fascinating topic. And when I guided him in hypnosis, he was able to relax, but he could not perceive anything. And I have a technique for people that have that difficulty to help them open up. I was able to, he went and saw a lot of details from a certain life that was relevant to him. So there was no problem at that point. But then when I guided him back to the light, to the ultimate reality, his spiritual guides came through him, and the information, there was so much information coming through, and the way they were talking about him as he was another person, right? And they gave details about his life, his past life, and so on, the things that were relevant to him. And when he came back, he could barely remember what was said there. He knew something has happened. He knew the guides came, but he could not remember the conversation that took place.
See, this is the thing when you talk about, you know, some of them cannot remember, or some of them have a hard time accessing, even though they have gift. And that's why it's so important that for those who wants to channel or access this, to have someone like you who have experience and take them in and bring that out first in the beginning of the channeling process, right?
It has to be done safely and properly. If you want to channel your higher self, the spiritual masters, spiritual guides, the source itself. So you would have to do it in a specific way that involves the light and pure positivity. Because many people do channel, they open themselves up for channeling, but they don't know what's going on with them. They don't know why they feel the way they feel, why that is happening to them. They don't feel like they request it at the soul, at the human level. They even Mia, the main character of my book, was keep asking me, why me? Why do I have this ability? I've never thought of things like that. Why me? Why not someone else who's been requesting this for so long? You know, so it's not about that. It's a soul ability, and many times is tied to the purpose for which that person has incarnated. As human beings, we have certain desires. We would love certain things. We all know what we would love. As souls, we want different things. And what the soul wants is the most important thing, because we are, first of all, souls, eternal consciousness. The consciousness incarnates with a purpose. And along the way, we come to human desires that many times are tied to materialism and ego. And the soul doesn't have an ego, is not interested in material things. So that's where conflicts can appear between the desire of the soul and desire of the human being, and problems for that human being can occur.
Gotcha. Now, last time, Elena, we talked about toward the end, you mentioned about how extension of the source,
yes, that's
reincarnate, and then you want to share with us like what's going to happen to the world or something like that, which I found to be quite fascinating. Can you share with us with that? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I started in our last interview, the story of a woman. I just saw an interview with a woman, and it caught my attention because she was saying certain things that made me think. I was thinking, okay, it's either I'm not understanding the process properly, or she's not understanding the process properly. I knew at that point that you as a soul can incarnate as many times as you want, as many times as you as a higher self decide. If you don't want to incarnate anymore, you don't. If you want to incarnate many times until you reach the vibration of the source, to reunite with the source from which you extended, the source of consciousness, the source of life energy, what in religion people call God, or I don't know, Krishna, or whatever other names, right?
Yeah.
But she was saying something to the extent of, it's my first life. I've never incarnated in anything so far. It's my first life, and I am part of the source. That sounded to me, wow, I've never heard that before. So in one of the sessions, with the main character of the book, who was channeling at that point the spiritual masters, I decided to ask that question because I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm not understanding, or this lady is not understanding properly what's going on. How can she be at the first incarnation directly as a human being? How can she, while not having any other incarnation? So when I asked the spiritual masters, and they took a look, because I say something and they take a minute to kind of like search for who I'm talking about. And then they told me, in her case, it's a little bit unusual. This doesn't happen often in any reality. It happens only when it's really needed, the presence of the soul, when there are difficulties in that reality. And the direct help of the source is requested, even though the source can come through each of us. And she was right. She was the extension of the source. And the spiritual masters told me that she's not the only one. There are multiple people like that incarnated on Earth in this time frame reality, in this version of reality that we're aware of. And they are helping in balancing out the vibration of the planet. But that was around 2012 or so, or 2013 or so, as far as I recall. And in addition to this, there are so many other cases that I've seen, cases of my clients. For example, one of my clients regressed to of a caveman. So she has been a caveman in that life. And the interesting thing was that when she was answering my questions, was saying almost like one word. The answer was always like one word, almost, because it was probably the time when they didn't have the speech center developed, and they weren't communicating through words or phrases. They were communicated only through sounds or so. So somehow she was translating through her human mind and the current brain the information that was coming towards her, and from that life. And the responses were very short. And then at some point I asked, so how do you get food? I asked someone, and she, as that caveman, responded, I hunt. And then at some point she raised her hand to show me how she hunts, and I had to pull back. She almost hit me, of course, without any intention. But sometimes it's so interesting that the people in hypnosis speak from the perspective of another life, they can even channel the other version of themselves from that life. All lives happen simultaneously. There's no, at the subconscious level and superconscious level, there's no time. Lives are not happening one after another. There's no linear time. So everything happens simultaneously. And in hypnosis, we connect with the other part of our soul that lives in that life, the other part of us. So we're, as souls, we extend from our bodies, a process that happens all the time. That's how we fall asleep. And then we connect with the light. We go very fast. It happens in a few seconds. We go to the tree of life. The spiritual guides show us the life that's relevant to us. And as we focus on it, we are actually going automatically into that version of reality where that past life is occurring. We enter the body of that past self of us, so-called past self, right? The other version. And we become one. This part, the part of the soul that's in us gets, in a sense, connected with the other part of our soul that's in that life. And we start perceiving information. The information flows from one life to the other, and we can even channel the other version of ourselves. It can come through that connection, can come into this physical body, our current physical body, and speak from that life perspective. And many times in sessions, you can have a person speaking in a language they've never spoke or never learned in this life, maybe even an ancient language. They can channel another version of themselves from another life that speaks that language. It's synoglossy.
So now,
or they can channel another soul from another life that speaks a different language. Channeling yourself, it's okay. Channeling a soul from the light, from the pure positive realm, it's very okay, because they have such a high frequency that they heal you. As that consciousness and that flow, usually it's a river of consciousness that comes through you. The spiritual guides never come alone. It's
so
not one guy. There are many.
So my question is, this would be quite beneficial for those who channel themselves, go through this process to get healing as well, right, Elena?
Yes, it's very beneficial, but it cannot be beneficial if you're channeling. That's where I wanted to get to. If you're channeling someone else from some other version of reality that's not high vibration, they're souls that, you know, have had lives as physical beings, human beings, or other beings, animals, and so on. The souls left that life and they did not return to the light. They might be in this
so if they did not return, where did they go? Where do they go if they did not return to the light?
If they don't return to the light and they still feel like they have unfinished business, they may want to finish that business. So they may gravitate around the people they knew in that life, or the people that are very close to their vibration, want to influence them so that they can take their place in that human body, so that they could work through that body to still finish their things. And usually it has to do with negative feelings, such as they may blame, they may want to get revenge, they may want to pay to someone something, you know. So it's always involving feelings that are not positive.
Is that like what you call walk-in, Elena?
Or I would say possession would be a
walk. Yeah, because I heard of walk-ins. Yeah, taking over your body, taking over your.
Yeah. Yes, could be. I never believe in things like this, but I've seen so many cases of other people coming with all sorts of problems.
See, I have the same thing. I never believe in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never believed in that. But you know what? The hypnotherapy sessions have taught me a lot, teach me a lot of things, a lot of important details about what is going on at the soul level. The people that I'm referring, that I told you about, the ones with tendency to possession,
Yeah.
it's not like they were my clients. There were people coming in those workshops that we did in Los Angeles, talking about their challenges and what happened to them and what they feel is going on. Sometimes, you know, when they speak, it's the soul speaking. That's why it's so important to really listen to what they have to say, because sometimes the soul is really saying what's going on.
Is that what sometimes they come across like schizophrenic type of personality?
They can end up having psychiatric problems, definitely. In those cases that you mentioned in schizophrenia, people as souls, so the soul is not opened only to this reality. They don't only perceive this reality.
Yeah.
They have opened themselves by engaging with unpleasant feelings, negative thoughts, and so on. They have opened themselves, being overwhelmed at the soul level too. They have opened themselves to other realities, but they're not of high frequency, they're of low frequency. So when they perceive in both at the same time or in multiple at the same time, and they cannot tell the difference between this version that we call our reality and the other realities, because they're all real to them, because their soul is looking and it's part of all those realities, and they cannot distinguish where they are and what is really going on with them. And of course, in psychiatry, these things are described. It's a totally different interpretation of what's going on. It's just an interpretation. What is going on is always the same thing. It's just how we want to label it and what we want to describe from that.
Wow, that was powerful answer from you, Dr. Gabor, because I did have experience with two of my clients like that. And they all exactly what you said. They experience all dimension at the same time. And they're all existing so real to them, and they can't separate. And I was just kind of like, whoa, what's going on there?
And there is a solution to that, in my opinion.
No solution?
Yeah, a solution. It could be implemented, reconnecting with the light, so that they open themselves more and more to the nature of their higher consciousness, their true self, engage with pure positive energy, and in this way they can slowly disconnect from the other realities, not look through those windows anymore, to bring in that type of vibration to their bodies, the vibration of anxiety, depression, stress, fear, you know. So it would be way beneficial for them to literally bring in the energy of love, of peace and harmony. They would feel much better. But there is a resistance. There's a huge resistance in doing that type of work. So a system could be developed in this, but it requires the cooperation of multiple parts there to put it into practice.
Wow. Now I want to go back to that extensions of source again that you mentioned earlier, Elena. You mentioned that they only come in reality that's needed, you know, the higher frequency. So what's going on with our reality? Why is it so many extension of source I hear right now in this reality at this moment? Do you know?
Because for example, in 2010, everyone worried what's going to happen in 2012, right? We were so worried, all of us, or wondering what's going to happen.
The end of the world.
Exactly. It's going to be the end of the world. And my work with Mia started around 2008 or 9, I can't remember exactly. So by 2010, we were already asking the spiritual masters in those group sessions that you were part of as well.
Yes.
You met me, I met the spiritual masters there through Mia. So you saw that people were asking questions, and
Yes.
there were people asking the same question: what's going to happen? Are we gonna, get extinct or something? So the spiritual master said at that point, 2012 is going to be just like any other year. There's not going to be any end of the world. This planet is not going to end, is not going to be destroyed, because you're not going to be allowed to do that, in the sense that it would be such a catastrophic problem, not only for us, but for other realities. We would affect the, other realities because of the vibration that we would create by destroying the planet. So they said, though, that around 2015, things will start to go in the direction of even getting to a World War III. And they told me that there's going to be two sides in that World War III, which may not look the same with World War II or World War I. It's going to be a different type of war. Unfortunately, they said Europe and United States going to be on one side, and Russia and China on the other side.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we kind of lost track of what it means to be a good side.
Wow.
We kind of lost track of what that truly means to be on the good side of things. We're very easily mesmerized by vibrations and consciousnesses and energies that affect us at the subconscious level that are not positive. And many people are affected by those, and in a sense manipulated by those as human beings, but they don't know they feel they're very positive, but it's not positivity. The victim mentality, it's not a positive attitude, taking responsibility for the fact that you are the creator of your life. You chose what you've created in this scenarios, the community you incarnated in, the family you were born in. You chose all those details. You are the director of your own life, the casting director as well. You've selected who's going to be in your life to help you, to create opportunities for you to learn forgiveness and acceptance and unconditional love. So there's so many aspects of what it means to be a positive being or a positive energy that we confuse those details. And another major detail is embodying the energy of anger and blame. That is not what a positive energy does. And pointing to others. If you blame someone else, but you blame it and you blame it in a state of anger and frustration, that's not a positive attitude. You yourself, by having anger, frustration, opening yourself to that vibration, you're actually becoming a channel for the energy of vibration, anger, and right. So it's not positive energy. Positive energy means to stay calm, stay positive, stay focused on solutions. Do not engage with the negative feelings. Do not open yourself to negative feelings. Open yourself to unconditional love. Have compassion for people, have understanding for people. Don't judge, don't blame. See it as an opportunity for you to contribute, maybe help where you may think you could help, and not bring in more low vibration on this planet, because we all bring it through us. The energy from the subconscious level flows through us, and it's up to the program of thinking we're having in our mind we choose to have, because we choose our thoughts and beliefs,
Right.
right? So those thoughts and beliefs determine the quality of the energy that flows through us. If we all become channels for hate and anger and blame, where's this planet gonna end up? What type of energy we gonna bring in on this planet, right?
Well, it's interesting what you said earlier, Alina, where it's going to end, because you talk about how the information from your client and students saying that the energies will become like World War III, and this is what a lot of people are talking right now of what's going on with China and Russia, and it looks like that
this
way.
has been going on for a while, for a number of years already.
Yeah.
Because before that there were other problems, and before that, since 2015 and so, things have, gone in this direction.
Are we
So,
moving into, from what they said, that your channel information, are we moving into World War III, Alina? What
I
is
think
what?
maybe we've been going on for a while. It's they said it's not the type of war necessarily that looks like World War II. Maybe there's some aspects of it, but it's also a cybernetic war, a war that's done through computers,
Economy war.
and
Economy.
got through computers, a
Right.
cyber as well. So it's different. It looks different.
I see. Mhm.
Yeah, the problem is that we as a general vibration, we kind of invited the energy of COVID as well. We are
You're
with our
saying that. Yeah.
hate
So
and blame, and we're kind of inviting the energy we put out is the energy we get back. Our life as a planet is an image in the mirror of the energy we create. So if a large number of people are dissatisfied, are blameful, are angry, are upset, right?
yeah.
That's what we get more of. Low vibration energy problems. And COVID, it's an extension of that. And unfortunately, the energy of COVID affected many, many people on this planet and lowered their vibration, therefore affected the problem. Where it's got to today is not where we want it to be.
Wow. Wow.
So not very, very encouraging, not encouraging, it's not very satisfying where we are today.
So, through your work, the information you get from channeling, did they mention that with this World War III that's so different from the past, where is it moving to? Or what would be?
It's moving in the direction in which we are going as human beings, as connection. What are we connected to? Are we connected with positive energy? Are we bringing positive love energy to our body? Unconditional love. Do we really have unconditional love for each other? Or do we have love, the human type of, when it's convenient, and other feelings when it's blame and criticism and so on when it's not convenient? So this is an opportunity for all of us to evaluate ourselves, to look at where we are. All these situations that appear in front of us are like tests. You say you're positive, okay, let's see how you react in this situation, and then all of a sudden you have a test.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're positive as you thought before? Right? And then another test, another test. And
Right.
the most important thing to realize is that every single human being the power to influence this planet and has the power to bring amazing energy. I many times read about that, comments online where people say, oh, this person has so much money, they could have eradicated hunger. But what about us together putting $1 a month, all of us?
Yeah.
We could have done the same thing. but we always see the solution somewhere else. We never take responsibility or decide to contribute, to invest, to do something together, right? We expect someone else to do the things we could do anyway.
Right.
So
Wow,
we
that's
all,
interesting. That's interesting you talk about blaming and all that stuff, because it's the energy there has been going on right now, and that's also also centered around a lot with the media and everything. So you're right about that. More and more people are more separated, or anger and blaming, and it's so divided, you know.
yeah,
That's what I start seeing.
there are properties of positive energy and properties of low vibration energy. Low vibration energy is the type of energy that separates, segregates, divide and conquer, isolates, right? That leads to depression, anxiety, conflicts, fights, and so on, diseases in general, right? It's the energy that destroys. Positive energy is the energy that unifies, creates oneness, works together, is the energy that heals, makes you feel amazing, makes you feel loved and appreciative, even though you may not have someone in your life to love. You feel it because it flows through you. The feeling of love doesn't come from someone else, comes from your connection. Just like an electronic device, you connect it to you plug it to the source to charge. We have to plug ourselves to the source as well in order to charge, because we are energetic beings. We cannot survive without energy, but it's a different type of energy. It's that energy we're all made of. It's life. We cannot survive without that life force, chi energy, divine energy, whatever you want to call it. It's that energy that is not yet being captured by our electronic medical devices. It's not, or scientific devices. It's not yet. It's too refined. Scientists will take a long time until they will uncover the energy we're made of.
Well, did you ever get information about that with the medical in the medical field about the healing? You know, because a lot of people talk about how, like, even cancer, they already found the solution to heal cancer. Is that true? Is that something, information that you ever got from through your channel information?
We all have the ability to heal ourselves. We
Mm.
all have the ability, and it's done through, again, connection with positive energy, to become a channel for positive energy. What diseases are? They're blockages in the energy field, low vibration energy that has accumulated in our energy field, that slowly has infused itself in the physical body and affected the functioning of various glands or cells of the body. About cancer, they made research, and I read research that said that it seems like cancer disease is associated with anger, with low vibration feelings, right? So
Yeah.
again, the low vibration, the presence of low vibration in your energy field, it can be through thoughts. Thoughts are, of vibrational nature. You can have positive thoughts, high vibration thoughts that can heal you, and negative thoughts that can get you sick. That's why you have to watch out to your thinking process. It can lead to depression, to anxiety, to stress, and stress is at the basis of all, health conditions, or most health conditions. So yes, we can heal ourselves. And I would like to share with everyone that's watching a recording that they can use at night or whenever they want to meditate, except from when they drive the car. So never listen to this recording while driving the car or doing some dangerous activity like working on your roof or something, right? And you can listen to that recording and connect with light. Just stay in that meditation to connect. And it's a hypnosis session. You could call it also a guided meditation, because today they're kind of overlapping. sense?
Wow, wow.
You can use it
Awesome.
at night just to make sure you're helping your soul to be guided to the light every night. All souls should go home every night. Souls are consciousness, they're beings, right? And as a human being at night, what do? You usually go home to sleep, to eat, to rest, to, take a shower and so on. Souls have to do the same thing. They should go home. They should take a shower, which means the light demagnetizes the blockages they're bringing in from the realities they're incarnated in, right? It purifies them. Then the light charges them. You're charging with energy, right?
Yes,
They're
yes.
not eating as the equivalent of eating and drinking healthy food, but they're not doing that in the light. Souls don't need to eat, but they charge with energy. And then they transition from the light into the ultimate reality after they're charged, and some rest in the light. They rest because they're too exhausted. There's so many
Wow.
people so exhausted. They would need to stay in the light for a while to rest, take trips for a while, rest in the light, charge. When their energy field is rebuilt, their chakra system is rebuilt, then they can go in the ultimate reality and then engage and talk about the challenges they have in their human lives, make arrangements, how to heal, how to address those problems, make deals with,
Wow.
can be helped, who can help them, to resolve the problem. So it's a complex process that's going on, but it all includes the light. What other option would you have when you fall asleep? If you don't go to the light, you can just float in this reality and continue to exhaust your energy. And in the morning, you don't feel charged. Or
Right.
if you're overwhelmed by negative feelings, if you're not aware and you perpetuate the negative feelings, if you feel complaining and right, you may end up even in the lower dimensions of existence and attract more, charge yourself with more low vibration. There in the lower dimensions of existence, the density of low vibration is much higher than in here. It's like you entering into a room with a lot of smoke. Everything is going to smell like smoke, your hair, your clothes.
Yeah.
The same thing with your energy is going to get contaminated with our low vibration. And when you not only that you may have even nightmares during the night, that's what nightmares are, interactions with low vibrations at the soul level. And then when you come back to your body in the morning, you may feel more tired
Full
than you.
tank. You feel like more full tank of gas when you charge with the light
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
So let me
So
repeat this. Let me repeat this question, Elena. You said you are offering a free recording for the
yes,
listeners.
a full hypnotherapy session, about 40 minutes or so, 45.
Oh my God, I didn't expect this. You didn't
Yeah,
mention this. This is like on the
yeah.
spur of the moment that
I
you just
send
brought
you
it
the,
up. I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
that's so
absolutely.
kind.
That's the most important thing. We all are searching
Mhm.
for something to help us feel better. Many people try many things, but they're not getting to where they want. And this is one of the most important steps: reconnect with your higher self, realign and connect with the source of energy we all have access to, but us as human being may not have gotten to that, the right information, and as souls we may have forgotten, we may have lost that information. We get
Yeah.
overwhelmed,
And now most people don't know how, and for you to, as a professional, as a, who's been doing this work for so many years, you actually know how to, you do the right, proper guided
Yeah.
meditation. So how would people access that free recording, Elena?
I'm going to give you a link and you can post it on the recording, and
Guys,
everyone can
I'm
download.
going to post the link of this recording from Dr. Elena Gabor. This is free to you to use. Take advantage of that. Listen to it every night, which I'm going to do it also.
Just
Wow.
fall asleep with it. You don't need to stay awake. The subconscious never sleeps. When you're going to fall asleep, the subconscious will continue to listen and it will follow the guidance and go to the light. Those that too tired, very exhausted, people that may have health conditions, they may not be able to extend from their body from the first time they listen, and they may only bring the light on their body, and that's great too. So that may be the first step for some of the listeners that have a lot of difficulties. Others may be able to extend and enter the light without any problem.
Oh,
You
this
know,
is so amazing. This is such a
it takes
blessing, such a gift. Yeah.
it takes practice, exactly like we take a shower every single day. As souls, we should take a shower in the light every single day. And this recording, this hypnotherapy session or guided meditation, however you want to label it, it's helping you achieve that goal, to connect with the light.
What, one question, when a person listens to this recording every night, your recording every night, will they be eventually connected to the source, the light, or channel information? I'm sure some people will ask that questions.
Yes, it's up to what you want. If you want to become a channel for pure positive energy, and that's a great thing to request, or even for the source itself, or even for God, if you believe in God, or if you believe in source, it's the same thing. It's just human.
I love that. Build a positive energy to become a channel. Yeah.
Yeah, a channel for pure positive energy, for the highest vibrations of pure positive energy, for the source of love, source of light, source of wisdom, right? When you ask that, and that's all you need to ask. If you end up doing that, end up channeling the source, you will have everything you want in life. You will have first the amazing feelings we're all searching for, because actually we're not looking for the things we think we want. We're looking for the feelings that the things we think, the things we believe will give us. But
Right.
actually the feelings we're looking for. We want to feel safe, feel love in our heart. But to really feel the love in our heart, we want to feel, content and balanced and aligned and with a clear mind and feel good all the time, regardless of what happens around us, right? So
Absolutely.
when that energy that brings those feelings to you, feelings are interpretation of the energy that flows through you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So
That's
when
beautiful.
you bring the most amazing energy, when you request, ask, pray. If you like to pray, pray. If you want to have this idea of setting intentions, set that intention. I am becoming a channel for pure positive energy, for the energy of love, for the source of life, a source of wisdom, love, unconditional love. That's what I want to become, a channel. Please help me, universe, or whatever you believe in, right? God, spiritual guides, angels, whatever you believe in.
That's absolutely beautiful, 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 Elena. And that's so kind of you to do this, to offer this for everyone to use this hypnosis, recording from you. I want to thank you so much. Elena, next time we're coming and talk again, definitely. This is a lot more. Yeah.
So many topics to talk about.
So guys, you got to follow her. Please do subscribe. Click like on this video. You love her, Elena Gabor. You resonate with it. Try her recording, download, go to the link, which she's going to give it to me. So I'm going to post it under the description, guys. Share this video, share her videos, just kind of help spread out the words. I mean, she got so much love to give and to share and teach. And for her program, it's not just for a career. You can take the classes and use it for yourself, understanding more about psychology, about your subconscious and the conscious part, even able to channel yourself and able to even show other people how to channel, because exactly what she said earlier, sometimes a lot of people want to channel. I know that, I heard of that, but most people don't know how to do it properly. And you need to be guided, like a baby needed to be guided with someone who has experienced for years and years and years through trials and experience, to be able to guide you to connect directly to the source, not to anything that's below, that's going to pull you down here, which I have experienced myself. I mean, not personally, but my clients, I have a couple that actually connected to kind of low vibrational energy and very confused. And for what you share, Elena, was just an answer to everything that I have experienced. So thank you so much, Elena.
You're welcome, and I encourage your listeners to really take a look at my book. It's not a material that I've created. What I did, I was like just a scribe. I just put in the most amazing experiences clients had, 4 of them, in the book, and especially the main character who connected with the spiritual masters and the amazing answers that they gave us. Those answers are priceless. And the questions I asked are the questions that most of us have. Who are we? Why are we here? What's the purpose of life? What are diseases? How can we heal ourselves? What happens after we die? Does anything else exist beyond the physical reality? Do we incarnate or not? How that process is happening? What's out there? Are there multiple universes? And how everything is created? Who's creating it? What is that source that we call,
Wow.
in ways? What is it? Is it really? How did everything started? And so many questions. What's the direction in which we're going? And so on. It's so much.
Wow. So guys, exactly. This is all the question that most people will ask, like a common typical questions, that she just brought it up. And here's, the page on Amazon. You're going to say you're going to see what her book looks like. She's written this since 2013. And definitely I'm going to put the link, simple link for you under the description next to the recording as well. So you can get free recording from her. Listen to it every night. Even if you fall asleep, don't worry. You don't need to worry before sleep, because your subconscious will record everything. Do listen to it every night as long as you can, because believe me, it does change. I've done that before, and I had session with her before, and it was quite powerful. And I did listen to her recording for a while. And her book, definitely click the link. It's going to be simple. Go and get a copy of her. You're going to learn a lot about channeling and her sessions. And I met her in person, and I met the person who she worked with. And I'm telling you, this is why I reached out to her for this interview, because it was quite fascinating work that she did with all these students. And she got tons of people came over. I couldn't believe it. It doesn't matter. I think I went to your place several times. I even brought my friends along with me, and they're like, God, how did that lady knew all this information, all that stuff?
Yeah,
so,
it's absolutely, yes.
Absolutely amazing.
And the book is, she's the main character. Yeah, she's the main character. That lady that was doing the challenge, she's the main character of the book, and she never knew she had that ability.
Exactly. And that's the thing that she didn't know, and you're with your professional, you brought it out. And this is your path. This is your journey, Dr. Elena, to connect with me, who went through depression and all these health issues. She came to you, and you connect her to the light with the proper technique. And now she's like a healthy young lady who studied, in the doctorate work.
Now,
in psychology, and she's helping people. And and I was like, wow, this is such amazing work that you offer to the world. So with that said, Elena, Dr. Gabor, thank you so much for again being here.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna come back again. Yes, we're gonna come back again. Continue. Dr. Gabor is gonna keep coming back here, sharing more information about her work, about all challenging information and process, because she got tons and tons of information through so many years of her experiences, and you guys got to listen to all this. All right. Thank you, guys. Hey, don't forget to again subscribe, click like, and share this video. And also look in the description. There's recording, books, also my affiliate links. Dr. Elena, last advice before we say goodbye to everyone.
Unconditional love. Practice unconditional love in all situations. Try to keep the ego mind very quiet. That's the only problem humanity has, the source of all problems humanity has, right? Keep the ego quiet. Just have unconditional love. Detach.
No anger, right? No anger, no blaming, no separation, just love each other.
Because then you become a channel for the energy of anger. Why would you do it yourself, right?
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Gosh, a lot of wisdom with Dr. Gabor here, a lot. Thank you so much. Guys, follow me on the next video. Yes, follow me on the next video, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. And here I'm trying to end this video, and I guess it's doing it now.